Hi, welcome to UpSkilliT. In Ajax, there's a most common requirement. When you select a state in a drop-down list, you want all the list of cities belonging to the state to be populated in the next drop-down list. Let's see an example how to do this with the help of a database and from a JSP servlet program using Ajax to handle the client-side change event in the drop-down list to cast a background asynchronous post back to the servlet and produce the output. I create a dynamic web project in Eclipse. I create a JSP file. Select. And there is another select for city. Done. Suppose there is a database table called city where you have list of cities and their corresponding states. So I'm going to display all the unique or distinct states in the drop-down list. For that, I have a DAO program which I can add it to this resource. So move it to the model package. They are very simple Java JDBC programs which will access the database. So a MySQL jar file is required for this. So MySQL connector jar, copy to the lib folder. Done. So initially all the list of states to be displayed here. So I'm going to use a core library. So JSTL jar, I'm going to use it here. JSTL. That allows me to use a tag lib directive URI http javasun.com JSP JSTL core, the prefix C. So I'm going to write code here. I'm going to call this DAO method city DAO. Retrieve all states. I will get a set of strings states equal to. Let me keep it in a session attribute called states. Done. Now I use core library for each loop variable equal to state. items equal to states. That is a session object. Option. Here the expression state singular. Done. I'm going to test this functionality first. So here is my Tomcat server. Run this program. Server is starting now. Started. So I'm expecting these states: Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Uttar Pradesh. Here in alphabetical order according to the DAO. Okay. Now, when I select a state, the corresponding cities should be populated. This program runs in the server because the database is in the server. So yeah, program should run in the server to produce the output from the database. So a server side script, in the sense I'm creating a servlet here. A controller, my servlet. So this servlet is going to get a state as input here. If request.getParameter state not equal to null. If it is null, there is nothing to do here. So if it is null, return. Do not continue. Otherwise, state equal to request.getParameter of state. Done. For the given state, we need to find the list of cities, set of cities using DAO. So city DAO equal to new city DAO and find cities by state. This throws an SQL exception, so surround it with try catch, and what you get is cities. Ask Eclipse to declare a local variable. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to loop this for strings singular in plural. I'm going to write an output here. So get a reference to print writer using response object. So out.print option so here I'm going to print the city. Done. So this output should come right inside the HTML, inner HTML of city. So I'm going to do Ajax here. Since I'm going to do Ajax using jQuery, I need to refer to the CDN. For example, a Google CDN. So here is the Google CDN. Right here. Now I'm going to write a script here. So jQuery document ready event. So event handler is here. So I'm going to get input called state is equal to id is state. So has state. Well, for the state, I am going to call the servlet using Ajax. So here I am going to give a couple of properties. URL is here, comma. Success callback function is here, and the result is the parameter of the function. So what is the URL for my servlet? My servlet is the URL, and state is the input is here. Done. The result should be added to the city whose id is city has city dot html of result. So that's what I need. So when it should happen actually, so we have missed the important point. When these things should happen, the event, when I when the state drop down list change. So here is the function which is event handler for the change event of the state. There you put this code. So just refresh. How we are very sure whether it is refreshed properly? So add some funny dots here and refresh here. Those dots are not found? No, it's not refreshed. So that's the fact. So these three dots did not come. Redeploy this application. So server and deploy. Better stop the server. Allow it to stop. Run the application again. Starting. Starting. Started. Dot dot dot. So here I am confirming. I select Odisha and you see the cities belonging to Odisha here. As soon as you select a state here, you see the list of cities. And you know that a drop down list can trigger only client side events. And through the client side event, we have called a server side script called servlet, and that access the database and produce the dynamic output here. Thanks for watching. Give your comments. Thank you.